Someone's on Reddit. Okay! Change of plans! You're going to pick up Rakath's enchanted blade. So he has a pair of enchanted blades, which would be very nice. Very cool. Which involves going down to the bog slums, everyone's favourite place where your adventures started. Anyone coming with you, Rakath? Or are you just going?
Well, I am going, but of course everyone is welcome to join me.
No, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna collect all the potions I have to sell.
Yeah.
And do that.
Yeah. No, I'm gonna go do not that, I think.
Are we doing team big man, little man, and team lovers?
Yeah, you know what? That's big man, little man.
Big man, little man, big man, little. All right, sorry. Yeah, we're going down to the.
Is that what you just say as you march around Narashiro?
I drew them together recently as well. Like it perfectly fits.
Yeah.
Okay.
I loved the design of how you had like the giant sword for Rofi on like the top of his backpack.
You go down to the bog slums, the area below most of the city, which in the rainy season is sodden. All the rain flows down here. The walkways and roads down this way and the stairwells are just waterfalls.
This doesn't come up much, but I'm wearing waterproof clothing right now.
Good. When you're even inside the main of the cavern, it is completely humid. The water trickles down through the cave roofs in a more constant rain as well. It's incredibly wet, and you even notice, there's less people around than it used to be. Some people kind of move out during this time of year because it's very hard to live here. More Koatoa and similar aquatic creatures down here. But Yessa, the enchanter, is absolutely fine. They have a building down here, and you can go down and find them. When you enter her building, as there... Last time you entered, there were these guardians outside. Now they're actually inside because of the rain. They're in like the front room with a stairwell upstairs, and they're these suits of armor clad in red robes that just slightly turn their heads towards you but don't really make any other action.
I bow slightly towards both of them one at a time, and then, continue.
You can poke it, it will not react.
Interesting. Just takes notes.
You head upstairs, and from one of the side chambers that are hidden in impossible darkness, Yessa will prowl out. Very thin, skulking drow woman coated in glowing tattoos, who will just have a bit of a sharp smile and will say that you are very late.
Yes, I had unexpected travel.
I understand. I have no issue holding onto your blade for you. I have it.
Thank you.
She will roll towards you, present the dagger, which, physically it's not any different than it was before, but in the light, the right light, there's a kind of blood red sheen to the thing.
Beautiful. And the dagger is very nice too.
Correct. It should protect your hide as much as it cuts the hide of your enemies. As you are surely aware, what is this little thing you've brought to me?
Is my friend Rofi.
Hello. Those are very cool, pointing back to the suits of armor.
A woman must have protection.
I like the design. Might copy it. Starts taking notes.
I am always willing to share knowledge.
Ooh.
At a price. And the knowledge I share may have you disavowed in this city, of course. It is forbidden.
People get disavowed for knowing.
Absolutely.
Yes.
There are things the church would not want you to know. They encourage research and knowledge and learning, but when you learn too much, you are a heretic and traitor, and cast out, and branded and burned.
Currently working on making that less of a problem.
I'm aware.
We've made some headway. Hence my unexpected travel.
I
Good, because that's dumb.
am pleased to hear that. Dumb is not exactly the word I would use, but I believe the church needs to be cut down a size or two. We will see, I suppose. Do come and visit me when your guild is set up. I would love to see what you do with the place.
I will absolutely do that. Now, I do have an additional question for you.
I'm all
The
ears.
ability to make a blade sharper, more likely to cut through an enemy in one blow. Some say there's some kind of magical element to it. Some say just strong craftsmanship. I'm wondering if you know anything about that in terms of action. I'm asking if she knows how to make a blade keen. Not clean, like I was about to say.
Very clean. There are many ways to enchant a blade. As a weaponsmith, such as this little creature here brimming with tools, could make things sharper, meta-balanced. I can make the laws of reality bend to whatever will I desire for the right price and reagents. Yes, it is possible.
I have a friend who is in need of that kind of work.
It depends on the weapon, but it is in the realm of 1,000 gold. Larger
would be
weapons are more difficult to enchant, of course.
Of course. It would be an Odashi.
Perhaps the largest weapon you could bring to me.
Perhaps.
She looks you up and down. And then walks across the room. That would be 2,000 gold.
The intention would be to make it sharper, certainly, but also to imbue it with a similar property to what you've done with my dagger here.
3,000 gold set price. There may be discounts if you can bring me something of my interest, Raka.
He starts rolling up his sleeve again.
I have experienced your blood. I have nothing left to learn from it. But if I hear correctly, despite being diplomats, you find your ways into the lairs of all kinds of monsters and creatures, and not just nobility.
Indeed.
I do not know what will spark my interest as an artist. It sometimes surprises me. But if you have something that does garner my interest, I will be willing to adjust the price. It would do me no service to be so strict.
Fair enough.
What? Wait, blood? She went, blood? Is my blood? Like, I'm not one of the elves.
What
That's
are
true.
you then?
I'm going to just lift up his mask.
Yeah, just lift up the mark.
I don't know what that is.
People say Fae a lot.
People do say that a
She,
lot.
like, instinctively licks her lips. I am not a courtier of the Fae, but their blood is valuable, if not volatile, if I hear correctly.
Interesting. Yeah, just like taking notes about his own blood. Like, I may be able to use this as a bomb.
Not explosive, temporary. Yes? You corner a demon. Even if you slay it, it will return to whence it came. Very similar are the Fae and the Fell. Creatures not of this world.
Huh. Do some experiments. But yes, if you want the blood, he like takes off his glove.
I would have to prepare for one moment. And she just kind of steps away.
Perhaps what we can do is come back with the blade, and at that time, perform the transfer.
I will prepare the appropriate ritual.
Lovely. Thank you.
And I'm gonna guide Rofi out of the tent.
Interesting.
Out of a tower.
Tower.
You would have to guide him because he would be writing stuff in his notebook about like experiments he needs to do with his blood now.
Okay, putting like one of my cloths over him so he can keep writing while I'm walking him through.
All right. Back upstairs to the big city. Gonna head off to the high city, or what's the plan? Team.
Yuna's gotta sell some potions.
Yeah, I mean that's not really a roleplay thing. That's a math.
That's a math
Okay.
thing.
Can I just add the gold to my character sheet?
Yeah, pretty much.
All right.
You have connects. You know, it's done essentially.
Yeah, 24 weeks times 50. 1,200 gold.
Mm-hmm.
All right, cool.
Sure.
Right?
Damn.
Well, we.
All right.
Voss, you still have a spare Nodachi.
Yes.
Can you use the spare one for a little bit? And can I take your main one? Not for use.
I mean, that is possible. I would like to know why.
It's a surprise.
Rakath,
A good surprise.
to a samurai, his sword is equivalent to his soul. That is,
Yes. I know, you told me that on day one of training. I would not ask it of you if it wasn't a good thing.
Very well. And then I will just unclasp my sword very, like, delicately and ceremoniously, like, hand it over to Rakath.
I'll very delicately and ceremoniously take it and then put it.
And then I'll just grab the Nodachi that I pilfered from
the
one
one-armed
arm
man.
and just sling that over my shoulder, I guess.
Okay. What's next, team?
Well, I mean, yeah. I'll go back down after. Because I
Okay.
need to bring little
I guess
Rofi.
we're gonna
Let's go to the
summon-
high city.
All right, you go up to the high city. Yay! Is everyone coming?
Adventure.
Might as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, there's no reason for you to
Yeah.
stay, Rofi.
Yeah,
Pro.
Rofi will just go wherever Rakath is going at the moment because he's too focused on thinking up ideas. So you just guide him in the direction he's good.
Awesome. Let me get the appropriate bird song playing, because as usual, you go up to the highest parts of the city that you can get to. I typed burb. No burb song.
Burb
like
was the word.
I was like mentally going, don't type burb. Don't type burb. But I did.
One way to guarantee you will type bird.
Just can't do it. You go up to the teleportation circles because you have an appointment. You're absolutely allowed up. Swoosh up to the high city. You walk into the garden plaza that kind of opens up to these semi-public teleportation circles. And Captain Kato is there sitting on, one of the planters who will stand up and bow as you approach. And will say, it has been too long, my friends.
It's good to see you.
Well, you have a meeting. Let me escort you.
Thank you.
How are
What
you
is it?
doing?
Absolutely fine. Nothing of interest to report. What have you been up to recently? She kind of motions to the lot of you as she leads. Very, and to be fair, she's always very prim, proper, with good etiquette. Here, she is more stiff, more. Actually, stiff is kind of the wrong word in drow etiquette. There is a bit more flow, kind of, too, but she's walking as a samurai of the Daimao should, you know, as a knight should. So how have you been? Does she ask? What have you been up to?
Oh,
Very busy. It's been quite a journey. Too many things attacking us randomly. Maybe not so randomly, in some cases.
I'm sure you completely deserved it.
I am also certain of that.
I thought it was great. We met some ghosts.
We did meet some ghosts.
We met some shadow creatures.
We did meet
We
some
met
shadow
Ross's
creatures.
family.
Yes, that's true too.
Yes.
They were terrifying. They were the worst part, to be honest. Very scary.
I'm sure. She leads you, like, deeper into the high city than you've ever been. Like, you've been to, like, kind of bureaucracy towers and things before, but you're heading kind of into the center. There's many windows towards the center segment of the city. It's almost like a spider web on the caverns of Narashiro on the ceiling. There's a soft glowing coming from the center. You travel up lots of stairwells. There's a slight bit more pleasant conversation before Kato will stop you in a hallway with a room that has archways for doors. There's actually not a lot of physical doors around here until you get to like proper offices. And she will pause and put a hand out and will say, "Only Univara may proceed, if you understand."
Oh. Okay.
Please, with the crystal.
Yeah. I'll take like the lead box I assume somebody has.
Mm-hmm.
I'll just take the crystal out.
Well, I'm probably carrying it because Rofi is probably still writing.
Yeah.
What's use your words, Tesh?
Rofi wouldn't bring this up, so I guess I won't bring it up.
Okay.
Because it's, yeah. I can't say it out loud, and Rofi wouldn't do it.
You, take the crystal out.
Oh, in the journal.
Kato visibly tenses up. And then he's like, tense, and then smiles like, "The rest of you will have to do, make do with my company for the time being. Please." And like walks you slightly aside to a different, no less pleasant garden. And Kato kind of motions for you to enter the room to your right, which appears to be in part library and part laboratory. There's kind of, you know, desks with equipment that you can tell are enchanters' tools, crystal facets and magnifying glasses, and plenty of pots of ink and quills and things like that. It looks like there could be quite a few people in here, but currently there aren't. Very clean, very pristine. What do you do?
I guess I'm gonna wait.
Okay. After a few moments, a voice...
Cast detect thoughts on myself.
Cool. A voice kind of flows around the corner and says that, now this is magnificent. And in walks in a drow woman who's beautiful, but not any more beautiful than any other drow. Her hair is in one long braid. The Clothing she wears is quite extravagant. Ivory white robes over a thin, delicate suit of armor that is ornate to the nines, but somehow not overbearingly so. Most distracting is most likely that her eyes are kind of glowing, that kind of that kind of creamish ivory color. And kind of following her around are 3 or 4 spools of paper. They're kind of floating, wrapped up behind her. She walks over, kind of runs her hands across the table, and gives you a polite smile. She feels calm.
Okay. Do I know who this person is?
You would recognize her, at least in passing, as the Daimao. She's also, and there's this kind of aura of magic coming from her, that you would, as a spellcaster, kind of palpably feel, you know?
I will bow deeply and just say, it's very nice to meet you.
And you, Miss Univara de Vescos, you bring to me a great, powerful relic, and you have my thanks. She says, just picking up the crystal. Like Lady Fire, she has no reaction to the pain that it usually causes anyone else. And after the effect that Lady Fire did, it still hurts to hold, you know. That's not changed. She just picks it up and kind of holds it and examines it very delicately.
Oh, please take this as well. And it's the journal of the notes that was taken out before.
Research.
Mm-hmm. Not mine. Your archaeologist who uncovered it.
But you do research such magical ways, don't you?
I do.
Your specialty is the soul, if I am correct.
It is.
My Commander Kato has told me of your talents. And your friends, I suppose, in passing. She is quite enamored with the lot of you.
Well, she's lovely.
She is. The project your, I suppose, once slave is working on. He has my permission to create his guild.
Oh, good.
He will see no faltering from me, although not every noble within this city will agree with what he is trying to do. You understand. She just spends a couple few more moments looking at the crystal and smiles. When you gathered this, I trust there was a resonance of the magic inside. Did it affect the world?
To an extent, yes. People who had prolonged exposure to it experienced adverse effects, including, unfortunately, the archaeologist who was wielding it.
Everything has a price, I suppose. You are either lucky or skilled to have not met the same fate. Praise be to our queen. I would like you to have something else, Univara. You are a very interesting young woman who may go very far in this city. You might not be ready for it yet, but perhaps one day you will have a mastery of the arcane and the powers of Idrith that may come close to mine. And she will raise a hand, a little bit of the spool kind of extends into her fingers, which she will just snap off. It kind of cools down with like a smoke, revealing Elvish. What you would recognize as, in her own way, kind of a page of a spell book. It's a very different kind of spell book. Hand the small roll of script to you.
Thank you.
And smile
very
more.
Kind.
This most likely will not assist you in your research of the Aether Crystal, but I do wish you all the luck in that also. I am...
Thank you.
If you find anything of great interest, do please escort it to the Palace Arcanum. They report directly to me on this matter.
Of course.
May your enemies walk into your web, my dear. And we'll give you, like, a nod again, the kind of bow that you give to someone who is far lesser than you. And
I just say you too.
she, like, it's hard to read the smile, whether she is endeared or disrespected, but there is a smile, and she will, she just disappears with the crystal, just fades, kind of away into ivory light. The paper she gave you is a spell scroll. The spell, like, even holding it, you can tell this spell is too powerful for you because the spell is 4th level.
Okay.
When you are 4th level, you can read it and learn from it. But it appears to be a spell of her own creation.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
When you leave the room, these guys are having a tea and some simple sweet pastries in this garden. Again, there's kind of like a bar serving food because the people here are so upper crust. Commander Kato has treated everyone to food. Voss, can you give me a Constitution save?
Yeah. 15.
The pastry she gave you was very spicy, but you managed to handle it. No one else's was spicy, only yours.
Either that, or we're all handling it way better.
Or that, yeah, but you doubt these guys can handle it.
I just
spicy.
like bite into it, and I'm like, this is delicious.
Commander Kato has a very wide, sweet smile.
My god, this is an anime.
Well, you know you can come back. You come back to, like, these guys having a nice little tea and a snack.
Ooh. Hey guys. Rakath, you can make your guild.
That's
Daimo said it was
excellent.
okay.
I'm very glad to hear that. Do I need more paperwork? I probably need more paperwork.
I believe the order is given. What you will need now is a guild hall. And that should be it. Oh, and a sigil, of course.
Ah. I'll have to think on that.
But you have already received the blessing of the most holy woman in this whole city.
I feel very fortunate.
As you
I
should.
wouldn't necessarily say blessed be my cursed figure, but as close as I could ever be to it.
She nods in agreement.
I think that boost to charisma is really helping.
Spicy pastry. That's so petty.
That's fantastic.
There's no more evil than a drow scorned.
I just love that, like, she's like the most, like, honorable, like, samurai that the Daimyo, like, one of the top ones, and it's just like, hey, I poisoned him.
With spice.
Perhaps, if this goes well, you will garner enough money to receive an overhaul in your appearance. Transformative magic.
That is both terrifying and intriguing.
There are... She leans in. There are many nobles in this city who partake in such...
Fascinating. Yuna, what would I look like without my lumps?
I think you look fine just the way you are, Raka.
Oh, shucks.
Well, if that's everything...
Job's done. Yeah.
Job's done. Well, we need to go.
Kato, thank you for the tea and this lovely dessert.
It was very good. Thank you very much, Kato. It is always wonderful to see you.
No. He's like eating one still.
Can I roll a sleight of hand check to throw mine like a nearby plant?
Yes. Absolutely.
I'm so bad at
I
that.
always allow rolls in anime-ish.
Voss, you dropped your pastry, Voss.
Yes, please take some to go. I bought enough for all of you. Not enough for you, Yuna, but enough for all of you.
I will take as many as necessary.
And I'm just gonna.
I'll say here, Rakath, you can have the rest of mine.
Oh, thank you.
And I'm going to eat the rest of that pastry. I don't have physical reactions to things like that.
You got to give me a Constitution save. Even if you've seen The Simpsons.
No, my point is, if I react, it's just gonna be me vomiting because I
Yeah,
won't-
absolutely.
Your
Yeah,
inside still react.
The inside still react.
That's
but
my
your,
point. I just eat it.
yeah. There's some bubbling down under.
Oh.
Boss, what was this one?
Whatever do you mean?
Something doesn't feel right in my abdomen.
I can't imagine that would have anything to do with the pastries that Captain Kato so willingly gifted to us.
Well, it was an immediate thing that happened there.
Certainly it's unrelated.
Oh, all right. Do you still maybe have some of the spittle from those eel monsters on you?
No. I'm not in the business of collecting eel spittle.
Interesting.
That's totally a business.
Okay.
I'm gonna eat one of the other pastries to see if it
Counteract.
also gives me that
Yeah.
effect.
No, there's just a particular kind that was the kind Voss was given that that are spicy.
I love
I'm just
it.
gonna keep eating the sweet ones because I'm gonna have a terrible shit later.
You're walking
That's
home with your Krispy Kremes, eating them on the way back to the teleporter,
Yeah.
Alright.
and go home. Swoosh.
Swoosh swoosh.
You're feeling a little rumblies in the tumblies, Rakath. So maybe it's time for an early day and not going off to enchant.
Well, I think I'm going to go find a bucket.
That's right. Oh no.
Oh yeah, as we're walking out, I'll explain the situation to Rakath too.
Why didn't you stop me from eating it?
Because I didn't want to finish it.
But I didn't want to have this happen.
Well, we don't always get what we want, now do we? Just ask Captain Kato.
Voss, that was very rude. You have been around your brother too much.
I mean, I will always agree with that statement.
Okay, I'm going to go find a bucket.
You the rest of you have a lovely afternoon together. Eating. Hanging out. Oh, thanks. I love it. Eventually, Rakath, you passed out exhausted, but it's a deep and powerful sleep. In the next cycle, when you wake up, you've scrawled something into the stone beside you. Just a loose piece of stone. One moment,
Do I
please.
recognize it?
It's weird.
Is it?
It's
deep
really
speech?
weird. No, it's something different. It's a weird. It's a weird selection of
sound like
symbols.
I'm sorry, I'm reading. Or observing. Interpreting is maybe the best way.
I'm gonna note it down in my, like, I've got just random papers.
I mean, it's a loose stone. You can take it with you, but you can do that as well.
Oh, yeah, I'll just take the stone then. That's fine.
You do a lot of smashing and lifting and crunching in this room. You know, the tiles aren't what they used to be. You know, they were good for the first 2,000 years, but at some point, Draco should really get a resurface in here, but...
Well, serves its purpose.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
You gonna go show this to anyone?
No,
Okay.
not right now.
I will no longer show to players.
Oh.
Goodbye.
Oh.
Because what I'm going to do first is I'm going to bring Rofi down and get the enchanting done for Voss's Nodashi.
That's strange. Off to business.
It's very much
It's not out of character, but it is funny.
yes.
You know what I'm going to do is I'm going to show it to Reginald. I'm going to show it to Reginald.
Reginald does not stop looking at you.
Not making anything of it then. You're a good fish, Reginald.
And I'm going to tuck the stone away and
Is he,
go.
though?
No, he is the absolute essence of demonic
Can we use
nature.
magic to know Reginald's alignment?
Well, detect thoughts didn't work.
Have we put the void crystal in his water yet?
No, not yet.
Chaotic evil as fuck. You kidding me?
Okay, so
Reginald
I'm
is
going to
chaotic horny.
I'm gonna grab Rofi and go to the Enchantress. Yes.
Swoosh down into the dark depths of the Undercity. Nothing ever changes. Busy, horrible, smells gross. And that's just Rakath. You get down to Yes's, and she clasps her hands together and smiles widely when you see her. Her room smells strongly of a incense, but not an incense you've smelt before, cast by Univara or any priestess. Well then, is this the blade you want me to give the power?
It is.
And I'm gonna take some vials out, and I'm going to say,
Is this a sufficient amount of blood?
I have my own setup. If the little Fey Master will come with me,
I have one point of contention before you do anything. He must live.
there is only a 1% chance that he dies, but devils do like to roll that dice.
Please, for the love of God, roll percentile.
It's better than most of my experience. Let's go.
Okay, well, if you're all right with it, Rofi, all right.
She will take Rofi's hand and lead him into past a shawl, down another chamber. The walls are coated in tasteful pornography.
Ooh.
But that's not related. Just a fact. And lead you to a stone room that has what can only really be described as some form of torture device with a bowl under it.
Do I recognize it?
Oh, you are not being brought along.
Oh.
She will lift Rofi up, turn him upside down, strap his feet into the device, and say, "Don't worry, little one. I've done this before."
Okay.
This once before, your safety is not guaranteed.
And we'll mutter some words over a needle. This fiery light forms over it. The words are in a foul language you do not understand, and prick your neck with the needle. Your blood trickles dark and sparkling into the bowl, which shimmers with a little bit of light. You would notice, not that you've ever paid attention to your own blood, but in this situation, there's kind of no way not to. Any of the blood that drops outside of the bowl sparkles away. Your blood doesn't remain. It doesn't linger. It kind of forms into a particulate that kind of blows away. But the blood in the bowl remains. She will seal the wound on your neck with a kiss when the bowl is full, which does heal it over. Cure wounds, for one. And turn you back around. The blood in the bowl is like a shimmering, glittery black liquid. It's literally like black ink with glitter mixed in.
Someday I may come back and ask you how to do that. Because I want to do experiments, but it's a little hard when it does the gestures of the dusting.
Yes. And such devices are easier with a second person and more fun.
I imagine so. He's just completely oblivious.
She will lead Rofi back outside.
Out of everyone who saw like this torture device,
yeah,
he's the one who wouldn't complain. It's like, oh, okay, this is just how you do it.
This is just science, absolutely.
Yeah.
She does come back out with the bowl of black blood, and lays it aside on the there's like a big stone table plinth kind of thing, and she just puts it on there and will offer a hand for the Odachi, please. And 2,800 gold pieces. His blood is valuable, but not that valuable.
2,800.
200 gold worth of blood. Pretty good.
2.
3.
What if he puts down the backpack, starts working?
I actually just have to do math.
I know, yeah. And she will take the heavy two-handed blade in one hand from the middle when you offer it to her, with no strain at all, and then go put it on a sword stand on the thing, ready to enchant it, and it will take probably 2 weeks.
2 weeks. I will not disappearing again. I will come pick it up. Or
if you disappear, I'll just have to have my fun with your sword instead.
Fair enough. Well, it's not my sword. It's
your friends. Yes, I do a lot of business for people's friends.
Well, as you can see, I tend to utilize the short blades a little bit more. I have enough reach already.
There's nothing wrong with a short blade.
It's not the size that matters, it's how you use it. It's also the size that matters, though, let's be real. And
a little bit of both. A little bit of column A, a little bit of column B.
Yes.
And with that, what a great place to leave today's session. With a dick joke. That's what we do here. So... next time, who knows? Have friend adventures.
All right. Cool.
Very cool. What?
Very
I like this place.
So,
Very cool.
why don't we do the part of the show and the end of the show where we talk about who we are outside of the show, starting with Dungeon Dad.
Yo, that's me. So there's a couple things you gotta know about me. First thing, I have a YouTube channel. It's all about D&D monsters, cool ones you never heard of. I mean, maybe heard
Some as large as your head.
Correct. That's what I should just make the intro. Just monster of the week. Big ones, small ones, some as big as your head.
It go
This
down
is
like
what the
hotcakes.
DM said. Anyways, yeah, so despite that display, you should still go to my YouTube channel, check it out. I do stat blocks for all the monsters we talk about, so it's like you actually get something. It's très cool. In addition to that, I also just released an album called Cantrips, spelled with a K and a Z.
It's a dedicated banger.
It's just a synthwave album with each track named after a cantrip. Because for some reason, all the level 0 spells sound like the title of your favorite SoundCloud rapper.
All right, you know what? Let's do an unpithy experiment. What about my level 0 homebrew spells?
You know, that's a good question.
All right. We got Decoct. That's pretty good.
That's pretty good.
Break Form. Pretty
That's a
good.
one.
Lover's Embrace.
Yeah, absolutely.
Solid. Law Keeping.
Yeah, maybe.
I can see it.
You know,
I
you
can
put
see
in that
some
one.
synth,
You put in
like,
some like
climate.
old 50s broadcast in the background of the synthwave music, as is very fashionable to do.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Anyway, that's that.
Yeah,
what I
I feel like Lover's Embrace is one of those songs that starts out real slow and has like a female vocalist doing like some overdubs, and then it just turns into like a really dirty trap remix.
Yeah.
Anyways, theory crafting future albums aside, yeah, you can find that also on YouTube if you want to listen to it, and if you like it enough that you're like, hey, I'll give you money for the thing you did, you can buy it on Bandcamp. Get those wave files, baby. Lossless FLAC, fam. Get it.
That also sounds like a level 1 spell.
Lossless FLAC or wave files.
Both.
Lossless flat. Wait, nah, no wave file.
Standing on the Edge of Darkness. The title of my next album, and it's just gonna be the album will just be called Quotes, and it will just be
A quote from this chat.
Quotes from this show. Fuck
Yeah.
that.
You feed them into a text to voice.
Yeah,
Like
Oh my
synthwave
God, it's
underneath.
so big. Look
you
at
fuck,
it go.
You
the
fucking,
first
you
track
got a
is gonna
gold.
be called Just Another Bitch on a Horse. Followed up by I like this place, it's very cool.
Damn it. I don't want to be immortalized in this way.
Followed up by Gentleman. Followed up by Are we all just touching this thing now? Anyways, quotes aside, yeah, that's just go on YouTube and type in my name and find cool stuff. If you don't, that's also fine. It's not like I'm gonna fucking know. Like,
I'm not a cop.
despite what we did today, I am 100% not a policeman. Anyways,
Okay, someone else who's 100% not a policeman is Aaron.
Go to school for forensics.
Shit!
Scarpa!
Scarpa!
This is just a
Aaron.
deep cover operation.
I'm really looking forward to next week where we're going to a cave and then we're going to talk to 2 people inside of the belly of a one-winged demon.
Oh yes, the symbols.
Did you screen cap it?
Of course I did.
Absolutely. I mean, it's also in your
It is.
character sheet.
Yes.
It's in our handouts, yeah.
Yeah.
But,
Oh,
I mean,
I'm a nice DM.
Yeah,
The DM
I
gives
appreciate
you
it.
something.
Sometimes. Yes, what does it mean? What do the symbols mean? That is the question. We will find
Yeah,
out
next
next week, maybe. Someone else who is Tesh.
Great effort. Hi, I'm Tash of the Tash Tube on YouTube, Twitch, and Twitter. You follow me on Twitter for cute animal gifts. You follow me on Twitch because I'm streaming. I streamed a lot of Borderlands, and I will be streaming some more eventually. But coming up in 2 days, my Wednesday morning, Tuesday night for America. Don't have the exact time because it's going to matter on when servers go live and stuff like that. I'm going to be streaming Destiny 2 Shadowkeep as soon as I can. I'll be figuring out when that is, but as soon as I can from when it goes live. And I would be streaming it for as long as possible, and I am super hyped about that game. So yes.
Someone else who's super hype is William.
I also get told that I look like a cop on a regular basis.
You
so
do have a copish energy.
Apparently. This is... you're not the first person to say that. I'm not a cop, says the cop.
If you're a cop, you gotta tell me.
Yeah, well, anyways.
I will cast Detect Thoughts.
Yeah, I'm not. However, what I am is actually very excited because we have some really cool stuff coming up that we still can't really talk about too much, but Josiah, Ollie, and I, we've been working on some cool things. We're building some cool projects that are going to be coming, hopefully, to your at least Twitter feeds pretty soon, so you should definitely follow me on Twitter at @WillNGraham, and you should follow Ollie as well as Josiah, I guess.
Good job.
Yeah,
Cool
and
taste.
also, I am writing a book. It's currently in the process of being edited. Once I am finished doing that final edit and getting some assets for it, I am going to be publishing that probably through Amazon, so it'll be available globally. I don't know how long that takes because I haven't done that before. So anyways, but you guys will all be kept in the loop. So again, please do actually follow me on Twitter because that's where I'm going to be updating stuff like this in the near future. So yeah. Speaking of people who are updating things in the near future, hi Ollie, what's new with you?
I never update anything.
I know.
It's
That's why you
always
need to
first
do it
draft is
soon.
only draft, my friend.
This
Go
is why I was trying to
small
coax you
or
into
go
updating
home.
things.
Never! I have a few things going on. There's a lot of secrets. That will remain secret, but again, Twitter, Discord. Join the Discord if you haven't already. It is the place to discuss this game, the other stuff we do, and garlic bread, and tea, and just things that we like. And sometimes deep, real talks about our emotions. But that's not all the time. Thank God. There's this show. There is another show on Wednesdays called Jarviskjir, Horn of Plenty. Their first episode has just come out. If you want to get on a show at the ground floor and not miss episodes, watch the first episode of Horn of Plenty and then coax into the others. That's with an entirely different group of people in an entirely different place, but also in Jarviskjir. Just like the Monday game, which is on Patreon. If you support at $5 or more a month, there's more stuff I do on Patreon, like doodles. I just did a picture of an ogre because I like drawing self-portraits. Stuff, Twitter, Discord, check it out. Tuesdays, Thursdays, Fridays, we do whatever else as well. The show is supported by Patreon. I think I already said that, but now you're going to see the people who support me, and you're going to say thank you, currency minions. And that's where we're going to go now. Goodbye, see you next week.